Wow, we are live. So, welcome to this live stream, everybody. And I'm Xiao from iChongqing. Now I'm in the iChongqing's office, the lovely studio. And today's topic, we're going to talk about the Spring Festival, because the most important festival in China that is approaching, and technically speaking, it's like in 3 days. Yeah, it will be like the Chinese New Year Eve. So at this kind of celebration time, and on China's street and cities, even homes, like and office places, that we already feel that the joyful atmosphere, like red everywhere, many places. So at this kind of very joyful occasion, like share with you that the Spring Festival traditions and also the atmospheres across China. That's why today we are very happy joined by our fellow YouTubers and as well our iChongqing's reporters out on the street. So let's give them an introduction one by one. We got, well, here is James and Eiko. Hey,
hi,
James,
buddy.
Eiko.
Hi guys.
Can you give us a brief introduction, like where are you and what you're gonna show like that?
Hi, we are in Danzishi Old Street. It's a place in Nan'an district, and here behind us is a very lantern made from the Zigong Lantern Festival.
Yeah, that's right. So I'm in a place called Danzishi, like the old street, and the street is built around 125 years ago, but it's been recently renovated over the past years, and now at the moment it's like a big commercial district, but like it's preserved the old and the new very well. So we've got a really good blend. So I'm really looking forward to the next hour, and we're going to take a walk through, and we're going to see lots of interesting things. We said there are kind of chain stores around, but also a lot of very traditional buildings, traditional outlets as well, and we've got other stuff like night lanterns as well. Yeah, and other kind of experiences. So
yeah,
the next hour we'll
very nice. I also already feel that really very nice views from the screen I can see at your place. Thank you, thank you. We'll go to you just later after our introduction, okay? Yeah, then we have like, okay, Hao Cassandra, right, from Tianjin with us.
Hey.
Hi everybody.
Hi.
Hola todos.
Hola todos. Here we are in Tianjin, at home, at our home, making the live. Estamos en la casa.
Sí, estamos en la casa. Para los que están llegando, vamos a estar hablando tanto en inglés como en español.
Yeah, here we will introduce in English and Spanish for both the audience.
Sí.
That's very considerate, very considerate. Thank you, Hao Cassandra. And yeah, next we have Alex. Hi, Alex Absolute. How are you?
Hi,
what's going on?
I am good. I'm here in Wenzhou. I'm actually out in somewhere pretty similar to James and Eiko. It's a old renovated street, which is now super. It's recently opened. It looked a lot different when I first got here 8 years ago. It looks super nice now. So yeah, we're gonna go look around here in Wenzhou, Gongyu and Lu. Pretty cold, but
great.
Yeah, other than that, it's all good.
Like also very traditional part, because like Spring Festival is a very old culture in China, right? And it's really very much these places like that.
Yeah, if I give you a quick spin around, you can see it's old, but it has a new vibe on it. Later on, we can go walking back down here behind me, and it's pretty busy. There's a lot of people out here, like a lot of people. I'm just over to one side at the minute, A, because it looks nicer, and B, because it's a bit quieter. There's too many looky-loos down the other way.
Yeah, great. Thank you, Alex, for the very now is a glimpse of what you're gonna show us later. It looks quite interesting right there. So for those like already know like our audience, right? Like for example, Alex's audience and Cassandra's audience and iTunes audience. I think many of you already know like culture of China like a lot through us. But for those who just fresh joining, and for our old audience, like we will talk about like Spring Festival, like the most important festivals in China. Well, like maybe Cassandra, And Hao Cassandra, you have some, what usually you will talk to your audience about the Spring Festival. Have you introduced that before to your fellow audience?
Yeah, normally we are traveling back to the province of my parents that to also see some relatives every year. But this year we decided just to stay in our home in Tianjin. And so we will celebrate the family that in Tianjin and not with my parents actually. Yeah.
It's quite different.
Oh, that's true. Many actually haven't got just visit back yet, right? Like because it is advocated to stay where you are to celebrate the Spring Festival.
Yeah, and one more stuff that today we decided to just make a live here. It's also not only because the north it has some coronavirus situation, and also outside it's too cold. What is the temperature at your place?
Yeah, in your place how it is?
In Wenzhou and Chongqing?
In Wenzhou it's kind of okay. My hand's getting a little bit cold from holding the gimbal in front of me, but nothing too bad. I mean, it's the south of China. It never gets that cold.
Is it -0?
Nah, Wenzhou never goes into.
Yeah, it's like south part. That's I think it's different kind of. What's the temperature? I think Alex is the place is 13. The warm. Oh, I think it's like the warmest one among us three. You know, Chongqing, Wenzhou, Tianjin. Yeah. I think like Wenzhou is the warmest. Chongqing is like around like 10 degrees Celsius, like that.
I think here is about 19.
Great. And also, let's maybe start our exploration. I think it will be more interesting to go deeper to see and show us what's the New Year atmosphere like, right? So maybe Alex, you can go ahead, and or you need some time. Maybe my colleague to introduce what they say first.
What do you want me to do? Sorry, you want me to walk around and show you the New Year atmosphere here?
Yeah. Just you can go ahead now. Just like saying around what's there.
Like it's relatively busy. I mean, it's as you expect with the virus times. There's a lot of there's a lot of people wearing masks. I mean, it's not that people don't wear them beforehand anyway, but more than normal. There's a lot of temperature checks. You can't go in anywhere without needing temperature checks and showing your health code. But that hasn't seemed to put a dampener on it. There's a lot of cool stuff. This street's got a lot of traditional Wenzhou stuff. Like traditional Wenzhou cultured like foods and snack shops. There's if I just turn you around a second, there's this place right behind me here. This is the main newspaper here, Wenzhou Ruibao. I'm actually using the gimbal that they gave me right now to shoot as we walk past here. But yeah, this is I would say one of the more traditional places in Wenzhou. There's a lot of traditional heritage here. My wife, Huko, is actually from the street that's behind here.
Well, locals there, right?
Yeah. There's a lot of local culture, and like Wenzhou people, they're very proud if they are inside of the original city walls. So that's where this is. It's inside the city walls. And a minute if yeah, it's a matter of pride. But in a minute, we'll actually get down to one of the old the old city original walls from the ancient times. Just walking past, there's some guys over here. There's a lot of people at the minute which are doing that classic thing that a lot of Chinese girls like to do, where you go and you hire a hanfu costume, right? And because hanfu clothes are very popular, right? And
I know Cassandra love that a lot.
Yes, I like it a lot.
The last few years, it's actually got really, really popular. Hanfu clothing seems to have made a boom. The last 12 months to 2 years, I would have said, like more than normal. But there's a lot of people earlier that were out here taking pictures. They'd obviously hired the costumes. You can see now we're in a bit more of a busy area.
I think it's very popular, really, this culture. Like even there's like a business was like generated from that kind of culture. Like young people like to have their own hanfu clothes or rent ones to have nice pictures, like in this kind of ancient street. Yeah.
I know a couple of people, colleagues and friends, girlfriends that actually just go out and buy their own hanfu clothes. So there's there's not just the renting market. There's a lot of people that buy them as well. But it looks pretty cool. It's like, I'd say handful clothes are the clothes that if you thought of old traditional Chinese movies, whether you've been to China or not, is the clothes you would think of.
Great.
Yeah, we were planning
Thank
to
you.
try the handful activity in Chongqing. We were in Chongqing also. And we played also the traditional game that you threw the arrow to a pot.
Oh, yeah.
I think maybe you have already had a vlog on that, or not? Vlogs, like you did vlog.
We haven't published it yet, but yes.
Yeah.
We prepare one, yeah.
Yeah, so chicos tienen que seguir para ver nuestro video. Después vamos a subir el video de traje tradicional de China.
Sí, pronto en nuestro canal y más videos de Chongqing.
Great. So maybe we just take a look at James, like when they are in Chongqing, Old Dance Street. What's going on their side? Hi, James. Sorry, I have no sound from your side. No sound. Yeah. Sorry. My problem. Like, okay.
Okay, but we'll try and show you. Yeah, we've got a very good atmosphere. I mean, when I first arrived, there were not many people, but as soon as night has fallen, then there are loads of people around. So so I mean, this is our starting point. So so we've got a Madame Tussauds here, and we've got Vin Diesel at the front here. But this place is really interesting as well because on top of an old hillside.
Yeah.
So actually there are about 9 levels on there, like 9 floors to this old street. So our plan is really just to start here and the interesting parts as we go along.
Great. James, I saw, that is the lantern tree, isn't it? I mean, like, lantern is one of the most symbolic things during Spring Festival.
Paper store.
Oh.
It's called Zhongba paper.
So pretty.
It's upstairs or it's in front of you?
1200 years in Naxi. It's a how to say 少数民族.
Like ethnic minority.
Ethnic minority, yeah.
Can you get in, Eiko and James? Can you walk in, or is on the upstairs?
Can we go inside? Yeah. Because the entrances are probably the next level. Here.
Really nice.
Yeah,
It's
but
paper
throughout the old
products,
street here, they've got.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, they've got like lots of decor like throughout the old street here. So they've got lanterns, dragon models as well. I mean, we've got the fountain with the fish models as well. So yeah, they've got a really good variety up here.
Awesome. So I think it's still on the way to get in there. Yeah, that's it. We're close. It's it's the shop that I'm talking about.
So it's a store selling paper?
While we've got a second as well, that should hello to Alex, Reportify Media. He's just there in the comments.
Hey Alex, thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks for
Big
tuning
hello
in.
to you as well.
Yeah.
Well, these are lovely paper products, like handmade paper nowadays. They make this kind of artworks.
Let me introduce a bit for my subscribers. Chicos, ahora ellos se encuentran en la ciudad de Chongqing, están paseando por una calle muy famosa de allá y estamos viendo que hay decoraciones de Año Nuevo Chino, hay un árbol como con muchas luces y también este lugar de aquí es como una tienda con como artesanías hechas de papel.
Como libretas.
Yeah, libretas.
Paraguas.
Nice.
Wow, it looks so traditional. I mean, like combination with modern edition and traditional.
Yes, and this kind of loud traditional, they add more fashionable like elements inside, you know, like so it's get new life again, you know, like getting popular among young people, and like the hand flowers also like to take pictures in such places as well.
Wow.
Well, here's some people doing the.
They're artistic.
Alex,
I just found a bunch of girls that are taking the pictures. I don't know if this is handful clothes, but it looks kind of apart from the camera bags, you can see these guys over here.
Well, that's it. It's like costumes, like traditional costumes.
Yeah, all except the camera bag.
Dongba culture.
Oh, okay, like a language.
Local language. I speak Wenzhou Hua. Yeah, my wife's from here, so like if you go out to any, it's like every Chinese family, every Chinese festival will eat together, and you have a meal here and a meal there and a meal with this side of the family. And Wenzhou people don't want to speak Mandarin; they just want to speak Wenzhou Hua. So you have to be able to at least cut it on some kind of level. So I really need to improve my Wenzhou Hua, but like it's good enough. Like I actually prefer Wenzhou Hua to Mandarin. If I'm honest,
As a foreigner, how much different do you feel between Mandarin and Wenzhou Hua?
Like a massive difference. Like I'm trying to think of something I could say. Like simple things like when people say your Chinese is good, and you say, oh no, 没有，我的中文还不够好。但是 if you say in Wenzhou Hua is外国但是
you will be impressed.
Yeah, like 外国但是不够好。外国人。
Alex, you're good. I mean, like I cannot understand, but it's really cool. Like
nobody can understand
you speak.
There's a lot of dialects which kind of sound similar to Mandarin, but Wenzhou Hua just sounds nothing like it. Like apart from occasional words, like zhong, same, like ni he instead of ni hao. But other than that, it's pretty much completely different. Oh, we got some dancing grandmas over here.
Typical.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, the best source to learn local language.
Yeah.
Like for example, like Happy Spring Festival in Wenzhou Hua is like what?
谢年卡路.
谢年卡路.
谢年卡路. It's like
that's cool.
It sounds Zhejiang. It sounds
And all about Haoyang, all about Tianjin. Tianjin is still like Mandarin, but still how you say Happy Spring Festival.
I mean, like Tianjin Hua is really similar to Mandarin. I mean, like if you just speak standard, just 新年快乐 or at least in this phrase, it doesn't show that much. But if you want to say like 我说 like yo hablo, I speak like 我说 and Tianjin and also fun fact in Tianjin that like the local Tianjin people will will just call every woman they saw on the street sister or 姐姐.
Like every woman is called 姐姐. Like
yeah, I have seen like a 60-year-old lady calling her 姐姐.
Okay. Like in Chongqing, if we meet somebody is like a stranger, right, and you don't know how to address him or her, usually there is a way. In Chongqing we say like 老师. 老师, like, it's like teacher, like everybody like you don't know that.
Yeah. I know how you call the ayi here there in Chongqing.
Oh,
whereas in Wenzhou it's completely different. You would 兄弟 is like 兄弟
brother.
Zimai is like sister.
So people.
Yeah.
Cool. And like happy Spring Festival in Mandarin is like 春节快乐, right? 春节快乐. And in Wenzhou Hua is like
谢年卡路.
新年卡路, yeah. And
谢年卡路.
That's very good. I learned something from you. And I will in Chongqing, Chongqing dialect is like I would like to hear you if you can repeat, right? Like it's 新年快乐. Try it. Like
新年快乐.
新年快乐.
Yeah, 新年快乐. Yeah.
Dialecto de Chongqing.
Sí.
Feliz Año Nuevo Chino en el dialecto de Chongqing.
Cool.
Yeah, I can understand.
Yeah.
I can understand that one. Yeah.
I saw on James' place and Eiko's place. Well, there's something very nice behind you.
Light.
Like a monster.
Eiko, James, are there so many people there, right? Are they visitors or like locals there?
There's lots.
A lot of people, yeah. Mucha gente por allá en Chongqing. Ellos todavía no han tenido ningún rebrote de coronavirus, no han tenido ningún caso, así que la vida en el sur de China sigue totalmente normal. En el norte con algunas precauciones por ciertos rebrotes, pero en el sur muchísima gente.
Yeah, I feel so envy about all of you that at your place is so commercial and you can see so many views. And so,
it's warm.
Yeah.
They are not using flash at all.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the temperature goes up now. Yeah.
So nice. Yeah. My subscribers, they say, yeah, without using the mask, for example.
Oh yeah, nobody using mask.
Yeah, nobody.
There. I didn't even notice.
Allá nadie usa mascarilla. De momento no hay alerta, no hay coronavirus.
Yeah, and the masks. About half people, just over half the people are using masks here. Yeah.
I think it's really few.
Yeah. Because there are no people.
Yeah, it's good because you're more safe. Enjoy.
Yeah, actually there are some like in Chongqing. I think I believe in many places like Wenzhou or Tianjin the same. I mean, like it's during the Spring Festival time, holiday. Like there is usually to be like a travel rush, right? Used to be really say it's the largest migration during that like travel season time because people are going back. People are going back from like the big cities back home. But this year, actually, because of the global pandemic and epidemic control here in China and prevention like these things, people are advocated just to stay where they are to spend their Spring Festival. Yeah. So I mean, like the local places are trying to make people who stay there stay still in the city, just like to have more activities going on, like more decorations. Now it's more busy on the streets compared with maybe before last year or the year before, you know, like when the Spring Festival time, people are all going back. Cities usually was empty, quiet like that. But this year it's like quite busy, and because people are encouraged to stay where they are, just avoid like a massive transportation like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So about the Spring Festival, actually, can I ask, like, Alex and Cassandra, actually, like before you, after like some years that you stay in China, what do you think about like Spring Festival is the most interesting thing for you? Or can be one thing, two things more?
For me, it kind of like when you come to China and you realize that Spring Festival isn't really. Christmas isn't really as a thing like it is in the West. You kind of have a gap in your winter kind of period where you kind of miss this, like the being together with family and all the things that Christmas brings. And then you realize after a while, especially when you have a Chinese family, the Spring Festival is the same principle. It has like different traditions and stuff, but the basic thing is gives you the same kind of feeling. So for me, it's just like, yeah, like I have children. It's changed again because I do have to, I make a much bigger deal about Christmas now because I want them to know my culture as well as just the culture here in China. So we do have a big deal at Christmas time. But before it was always Spring Festival was my new Christmas because it was to being together with family, lots of meals, you know, kind of lots of drinking. No gifts, but you know, like a similar vibe. Like it's a similar vibe. All the families come together. It's actually probably more incredible the way the amount of effort people go to travel to be together as well. Like you said, it's the biggest land migration of human beings in the world, is it? But
it's like because during Spring Festival there's like a large transportation, you know, people going back movement, like going there and take a lot, like this is the migration from cities. Sometimes people move back to go to smaller ones, back to their home to meet their parents during this time. So there's a huge transportation going on.
Yeah. And also what is special for this year is that like there's less people going back to their hometown. So a lot of shifts of the fast train get canceled, and also flights.
Yeah, let me translate that. Ahora, como están sucediendo algunos rebrotes en China, sobre todo en el área norte, y el gobierno como que quiso hacer un llamado a no viajar, a no moverse demasiado. Entonces, la verdad, hay muchas personas que prefieren quedarse en sus casas, en sus ciudades, y no volver a sus ciudades natales a pasar el Año Nuevo Chino. Y hay muchos trenes y aviones que han cancelado porque no hay gente que está viajando, o sea, mucho menos de costumbre.
Yeah, we said like today, in this year, we are kind of like we should start to celebrate locally, like the city that you're working. So there's less time going back to their home, less people that going back to their hometown.
Yes. And I would like to talk about the question that you asked me before about the Chinese New Year and how I see that. For example, my first year here in China, I already met Xiao, but we were not that close, so I didn't go to his house to experience the Chinese New Year with his family at that time. So at that time, I was just with my classmates in the university, this kind of the foreigner classmates, and it was terrible because like the Chinese New Year is everything closed, everything is like a ghost city at that time. Everybody is just spending time with their own family. So for us, the foreigners there, that we don't have any Chinese friends, I mean, not that close enough to pass that festival with them. Yeah. It was so boring. But then after that, of course, because I can go with him, with his family. So at that moment, it changed completely the meaning. So now I understand what it really means, the Chinese New Year. And this kind of vibe that Alex was mentioning about this. It's kind of a Christmas without presents. There's some money, but no. But anyways, yeah, that kind of feeling like to be together with the family.
Yeah, normally the foreigner, they will not really expect that everything's suspended during the Spring Festival of China. That in Spanish world, they even have a saying called like trabajar como chino, like working like Chinese. Yeah. Like they think Chinese is supposed to be working all the time, all the year. But actually, during Chongqing is the time for a breakdown. Yeah.
Yes.
That's great. Great, nice to hear. Hey, James, I saw James and Eiko's place. There's a nice lantern, dragon lantern, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. So we've got a big dragon lantern behind us, and I certainly see quite a lot of these this year. I mean, a couple of weeks ago, I saw a bigger dragon.
Yeah.
Because they've got a really big famous lantern festival on there as well. But no, for like quite a narrow street here, I mean, it's actually pretty big, isn't it?
Yeah.
Actually, there's one of the most famous landmarks here in Danzishi Old Street. Yes. So over ahead of us, there's a place called Wenzhou.
Yes. Wenzhou is very glamorous mansion. Used to belong to a big family in Chongqing.
Yeah, so the old street here has a history of about 125 years. Mm-hmm. So I think in the 19th century, a lot of foreign firms set up in this part of Chongqing, and also the other famous old consulates as well. And a very maybe a kilometre or two, there's a place called the Fecha, isn't there? So it's like the French naval barracks, and that place had fallen kind of into disrepair for a long time, but with a big renovation, it's kind of been restored to its old glory. Yeah, but anyway, this mansion here used to belong to the family of one of the big merchants here.
They operated and they become rich for that.
Yeah, that's right. Do you know what they're doing now?
Yeah, great. James and Eiko, very nice. Like you can keep walking. I think it's very nice just showing our audience around this beautiful atmosphere of the Spring Festival time. And no problem. Just keep walking. It's quite nice. Just stop anywhere that you feel like to show us.
We'll keep following.
Yeah, and also Alex, just feel free, just join anytime. Like if you see something interesting, it's also very nice from your side. You see, like it's kind of similar, right?
Yeah, I was gonna. Yeah, it's getting busier now. I'm on actual Wumajie. This is the, I guess this is the central tourism street kind of thing. Everybody likes to like. This is the busiest place you'll find on like a Saturday night, I guess, for just people that will come and hang out. But yeah, going back to what Cassandra was saying about the first Spring Festival, I actually had the same thing. Hello.
Okay, nice.
The random people. I had a similar thing in my first ever Spring Festival. Nobody ever told me that Chinese people go out and travel and everything shuts down. So I had my first Spring Festival just in the dorms at my school, basically doing nothing. I think I went out to I found a bar that was open every night and used to go and hang out with the bar and party every night and then sleep all day because there was literally nothing else to do.
I got you. You mean like at the beginning, it's like first time here, you don't know actually during Spring Festival that you suppose it can be like a huge celebration in many places, right?
Nobody told me that everybody goes traveling until like it was right upon everybody and everything shut down. Everybody went off traveling and I was just there.
Yeah, went back home. I mean, like many went back home for parents and take rest of the whole year, right? Take some rest after a whole year's working like that.
Oh,
but this year,
pajamas ahoy! This guy, look there. Oh, you missed him. There was a guy out in his pajamas. I still find it funny. 8 years in, I still find it funny.
Casual, right?
Yeah, real casual. Have you ever done it? It's quite liberating.
Not now. Maybe in university. Yeah, we go to the dining hall. Yeah, just sometimes wear pajamas. And Alex, I heard you mentioned actually when you say something about Christmas and say something about Spring Festival, you say Spring Festival. Well, you don't have. It's like don't give gift, right? Christmas.
But
is
you give. Yeah, you give hongbao, right? Like
that's it.
my in-laws give hongbaos to my two sons every year.
So because usually the younger ones always get.
Yeah, hongbao is one of those things that always seem fun to start with, but then when you get married, you realize they're not fun at all.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, great talks also. Good to see you on air again. Thank you, Gary Fox. We will always, like my colleague and I will always on our live stream shows. Thanks for watching. Yeah, great. And the red pocket is one of the symbolic theme. And what's more, let's say Alex and Cassandra would like ask you like what are the other elements?
Sorry, I can't hear a word you're saying.
I mean like about Spring Festival. What are the iconic Spring Festival thing in your mind except red pocket?
Fireworks.
Fireworks not so much.
Cassandra was like, Alex, steal the words from your mouth. Yeah.
also, no?
Yeah, and what else? Like to you, like living in China for a while, like when you mentioned Spring Festival.
Yeah, actually, this is a big difference because I suppose in the south it's not like that, but here in the north it's really important to make the jiaozi.
This one I got to show our audience. Jiaozi, right?
Tangyuan.
That's correct. This is one topic very interesting. Cassandra said jiaozi and Alex said tangyuan, right? Like this one.
I remember. Actually, in Wenzhou, they mostly eat the tangyuan.
Yeah, for sure.
That's one of the things actually is different, I think, from north and south. Even in Chongqing is like tangyuan. Actually, Chongqing is southwest of China. So it's the same, like tangyuan we will eat. And in north, like Tianjin, where Haoyang and Cassandra, the place they live, is like jiaozi is more like popular. I mean, like the family household food for Spring Festival.
Yeah, my wife always.
Yeah.
Sorry, my wife always says that I'm more suited to live up north because I'd prefer to eat dumplings than actually rice. I'm not really a big fan of rice. So
really?
I'm a massive fan of dumplings and not a fan of rice. So
you are living in the wrong place. You need to supposed to come to the northeast of China, like the Dongbei area, like Harbin or.
I plan to. As soon as it's easier to travel, I definitely plan to.
Yeah.
Like this looks here.
And what kind of sauce do you have in the tangyuan? Is sesame?
They have a tangyuan which is like a bit like a dumpling actually. You have the savory ones which are the same kind of outer. It's made with nomiba, which is what's the Chinese for this? Nomi fan. It's a sticky rice. So they make the outside is basically the same, but they either do the inside which is like a meat and sauce, a bit like a dumpling, or they do one. The main one which people have is a sweet one with like a sesame paste, like a black sesame paste, hejima.
Yeah. The hijima is the most common one.
Yeah, most common. That's the one everybody would have. And you don't have it just at Spring Festival. You have it on other festivals as well.
Yeah, sure.
Here also
the only the Yuanxiaojie, the Lantern Festival.
Lantern Festival, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Lantern Festival. Yeah, it's the last day of mark the last day of Spring Festival.
The ending
Alex,
of the
did you say something?
Spring Festival.
Great. And also couplet, maybe any like the one, maybe Cassandra used something on your wall. I also got that. This is like okay.
Yes,
this side.
yeah.
Yeah, or the paper cut that you can put it transparently
On window.
the window.
No,
Yeah.
yes. All the decorations for like in the house, in the door, and in the windows. Yes.
Yeah,
Really,
it's like bring the Spring Festival atmosphere, something joyful, red. Yeah, like that. I also got that.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
paper cutting.
I forgot to mention one part that is also different from the north, like the Beijing or Harbin or Shandong and Henan, this north region. That in Spring Festival we will concentrate with our family together. That we will make our own handmade dumplings. That normally that in during the year you can mostly just go to a restaurant dumpling or you buy those kind of frozen dumpling from the supermarket. But in Spring Festival of China, that you really need to make your own dumpling and you eat together with all your family.
Yeah.
And here, like we also have
silence.
different the stuffing inside that it has the like Chinese chives. We have lots of vegetarian one. Especially she's vegetarian. But when we were traveling to Chongqing or
In the south,
in Hangzhou, that it's not really common to find like vegetarian dumpling unless you are really going to this Dongbei restaurant, like Northeast restaurant.
Yes, actually, yeah. Here we have more vegetarian dumplings.
Yeah. And what about this one? Let me show you, because this is a kind of old game, has a long time.
The
mahjong.
mahjong.
In the
Oh,
north,
mahjong. I love playing mahjong.
Really?
I think before during Spring Festival, our family did that. But if you mention mahjong, everybody will, every Chinese will relate it to this is from Sichuan area. Yeah, like this.
They got different rules. Different area got different rules of play
I didn't know that.
square thing. Yeah. Sichuan, I mean, here there is kind of rule. I mean, like during the Spring Festival, some families will gather together. You know, one of the entertainment to pass time to play mahjong. Is it popular in North as well?
You can find it, but it's not necessary to be a Spring Festival activity.
No.
Here mostly we play cards. When I was little, we played a lot of cards. That also in different regions got different rules.
Here, mahjong's like a 24/7, 365 thing. Everybody plays it.
24/7.
Yeah, people play it all the time here. Like we went through a stage where we bought a 电子 mahjong door and just used to play it. Used to all the time. Like just a bunch of us foreigners. We used to gather and just play mahjong. We used to play two different types. Yeah, like here. My friend's wife is from Anhui, so we used to play Anhui style. Anhui style is there's a guy filming me here. Look at this guy. Nice, great. You're live on the internet, my friend. Look at this. Say hi, everybody. Right. Anyway, attracting a little bit of attention. I think we'll carry on walking. But yeah, the Anhui mahjong is very easy. It's only 13 tiles, and there's no chu, there's just pong, and like it's pretty simple. Like it's in fact I'd say it's so simple that it was easy. It made it more exciting to play for money, because then you didn't have to focus just on winning. You could get money in all these different ways. If you play Wenzhou mahjong's 17 tiles, well 16, and then you take the 17th in to win, and there's about 10,000 different more ways you can win or lose. Yeah, it's super fun. We used to do all sorts of like random stuff, like cycle to the top of mountains and take a mahjong set with us.
Good.
What was that?
I mean, like now, because mahjong is kind of very traditional Chinese game, right? Like a long years history. And now I just read some news and some articles about some reports about it's kind of getting popular in some like Western countries like that. So have you?
My
guys
mum and
re-
dad play it in the UK.
So okay, it's really getting popular.
Oh, really?
They have they go to a mahjong club. They play mahjong.
Really? It's like
Yeah, no.
Is that like a localized? Is that kind of is still kind of Chinese way, or is still already localized in somehow? Because there's some
they
Chinese
kind of
characters
change.
on it.
I don't think they play it with Chinese characters on the pieces. Put it that way.
Yeah.
I
But in
remember
general, it's mahjong, right?
the
It's like the
Despacito
mahjong you
MV
play here.
English shows in Costa Rica that there's a part that the local Chinese or the local Costa Rican are playing mahjong. Yeah, and of course, yeah, they got Chinatown there.
Yes.
Yeah, and in Central America.
Chinatown.
Yeah. Y hola, y chicos, en la país de ustedes tienen un calle de chino, ¿saben mahjong? Y juegas allá.
Fabián está preguntando, chicos, si en sus países hay una Chinatown, como este concepto de una área con muchos chinos que abren sus negocios, etcétera, y si es que han visto este juego, el mahjong, que es una especie de juego como de tablero.
Yeah, like we are asking our follower if in their country that you can find more commonly the mahjong.
Yeah.
Something which I found fun.
Yeah, like the mahjong is like Taobao, Tmall, right? That Alibaba, Chinese Alibaba. That during this time, I read some news like that mahjong like this has already become one of the top 10 best sales products during this time this year. And the Chongqing actually ranked also on top in terms of the sales volume of like mahjong. So I would like, because now it's like many people will stay at home, maybe celebrate the whole Spring Festival more and more, will like buy it and pass time with the families.
Yeah, I suppose before I have a classmate and he's actually from a city near Wuhan. That was the most mentioned city from last year. He told me in Spring Festival that it's really common for the family they play mahjong during Spring Festival, and the more north of China, the more people play.
I see. So maybe let's check what James and Eiko there. Do they have something interesting to show us?
We're back. Yeah, so we just passed a few interesting places. So we were just talking about mahjong, weren't we? Like just together then. So we're talking something that's really iconic for the new year. So I think we're just saying, like in Eko's case, that's something you really like to play when you have the Chinese New Year. Is that right?
Yeah. To play mahjong with my family and friends. Are we talking about mahjong still? Talking about mahjong?
Yes,
Next
problem.
This is the main entertaining way in our family, because we have a big family, and the older people in our family they don't want to lose. They don't want to lose once. They want to. You have to concentrate, but still you can make fun of each other, and you can yell at each other. You can talk about your gossips between you and your family. Entertaining.
Yeah, normally no, I'm not really into gambling myself, but over the new year I do like to play a little bit of mahjong, but particularly Dodiju as well. Because I've got some family members.
Landlord, something like that.
Be the landlord, yeah. Yeah, maybe
beat the landlord.
The landlord then, yeah, maybe I'm better at that game. But it's always a good time to play of the new year as well, because it's very entertaining. But also, we have a few generous family members as well, so they kind of like lose on purpose. So like the younger people in the win a lot of money off them. So it's maybe like the equivalent of like the red envelope. Yeah. So that's always something that the younger ones in the family really look forward to.
Yes. Playing cards, both mahjong and cards, like a mind game. You have to act. You have to act that you have the best card.
You have a really bad hand, you know. You gotta definitely know how to put it on. Yeah. Okay, and over here we found something special. So for everybody like watching us at the moment, so here we have a lot of Chongqing time-honored brands, some of the specialities. I mean, do you want to come and have a look at these?
Okay.
So, Eiko, do you know?
This is a machine cutting 薄片.
Yeah, for Transha, yeah.
Some
Yeah, so
dessert,
these are for making
cutting
peach slices.
into slice.
Yeah, yeah. So they're from life center.
Wow.
Yeah, so they kind of make all the peach into a mash and mix some things like those, some nuts and some condiments in there. Then when it's all dried, you know, they kind of. Well, if you want to do it faster, you've got this machine that we can use as well.
Yeah, there are like a lot of local specialty sales, like this local specialty shop along the ancient.
Okay, and I think this one is also from Setico, like Old Street as well. Yeah, so I remember they've got an outlet for the hemp biscuits. The family name is also Chun. So I know they kind of sell these all around the city.
Noodles and fried.
I think it's very good, like a dessert, like people can buy for the New Year Eve big feast.
Yes.
I mean, like there is like a big dinner every day almost, like during the Spring Festival.
Especially people would love to cook at home.
I think,
Get together.
yeah, hello, hi, Quantum Alchemist. Yeah, like our audience, we saw
Alchemist.
him. Yeah, we hello.
Okay, so we're still here, and of course this is quintessential things of Chongqing as well. So we've got the hot pot condiments. Yeah.
Oh, hot pot. Cassandra and Alex, you tried it, right, when you are here?
I love hot pot.
Because Chongqing is like a hometown to hot pot, and the hot pot base, this base was like a local specialty sales in many like local shops.
This is my favorite.
Myself and Jayo and
They
Jim
love
were in
the
a shop.
red.
I didn't like this.
The prickly ash.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Sorry, Alex, what did you say?
Myself, Jayo, and Jim were in a shop like this when we were in Chongqing with you guys. And looking at all those the hot pot oils, and they go up in strengths of how spicy or how greasy it is.
Yes.
I've still got a bunch of Chongqing snacks in the cupboard, I think, at home.
Is spicy ones or just like a normal sweet things?
I think they're a mixture of the two. For me, I love spicy food. Chongqing spicy food, Chanchan. Chanchan's probably my favorite because it's like hot pot without the hassle. But yeah. It's all good. It's all good. Although it does play havoc with your stomach.
Yeah,
we'll
but I know. Like you kind of it's hot in stomach. I know when Haoyang and Cassandra here, Haoyang actually, because I think Haoyang is not that spicy, used to that much spicy food. So Chongqing's hot pot is a little, right? Like cause you're a little not very feel comfortable, right?
I can eat normal spicy without no problem. But when I first tried the hot pot of Chongqing, my stomach totally collapsed, and it's like a twisty like a towel, and I cannot like enjoy it so much actually.
Yeah, it's like kind of very strong. I mean, like the hot pot in Chongqing is very authentic and very strong. You like it a lot. You know, it's kind of impressive experience. I mean, like for example, like the people from more like South America, like these places, some like Mexicanos, and they like spicy food, so they enjoy this kind of.
Yeah, just Mexico.
Not South America.
Not South America.
Just say they like spicy, but the rest of that, no.
I see. Okay. I remember plenty of them.
Dice que todo el sur de América va a gustar el hot pot de Chongqing, pero la verdad solo mexicanos.
Solo los mexicanos.
Yeah, like Mexicans, they're really special that they will eat the spicy sauce even with fruits, with the apple. That you have a Mexican friend that they eat with the chili pepper, with the pepper sauce.
Yeah. with the how to say the some 水果, with fruits. Yeah.
And also last few weeks we have a Mexican friend that we saw interesting way how to eat Lay's chips. That he was like putting the Valentina. Yeah, it's a spicy sauce like Tabasco that we know, and he was putting like this, and then he eats like like really cruel. And
He put a lot of
yeah,
the
it's so impressive
spices.
seeing a new way eating lace.
Yeah, Mexican they can do it.
It sounds like I should have been born Mexican.
Nice. So everyone, like, how about this year? How you gonna spend your Spring Festival holidays? It's gonna start like in 3 days, I think. Yeah, 3 days in.
As a couple, actually, we are kind of glad that today, this year, we are not celebrating with too many family because the Valentine's Day is really near to Spring Festival.
Yeah, actually, like a few months ago, we were thinking, the February 14th is just on the Chongqing. What we will do, we will be with your family. We can
Yeah, it's kind of harsh that you just like third day of Spring Festival. Sorry, we cannot be with you. I have to be outside because we need to spend our privacy time. Yeah.
They will not allow that. So yeah, actually we will enjoy.
Yeah, this year we will be more relaxed because we are not really reunited with every family. So it's possible that we celebrate the Valentine's Day.
Yeah, I think one time is okay, but for example, for the mother, Hao mother, and his family, actually they are really sad. Actually, of course, because it's the first time in the whole life of Hao that haven't go. So
yeah, that I will not really to that visit every single family that from different places.
Yes, like before, yeah.
I see. But still, like some good time, have your private time, like together.
Yes. Can I mention this in Spanish a bit for my subscribers?
Yes.
Chicos, estábamos hablando de que ahora este Año Nuevo Chino va a ser muy diferente a los anteriores, sobre todo para nosotros, que siempre acostumbrábamos a ir a la casa de Hao a pasarlo junto con su familia, pero este año, por precaución, por responsabilidad, por seguridad, decidimos mejor no ir, porque hay algunos rebrotes que si bien son cifras mínimas comparadas a los casos de coronavirus en otros países, sin embargo, el gobierno y todo el país ha llamado a por favor no viajar mucho, así que nosotros planeamos seguir esta medida y pasarlo simplemente acá. Va a ser diferente, pero les vamos a contar en un video.
Sí, es como Navidad que no pasa con tu familia.
Familia, es diferente.
Sí, y también porque el día de Valentín es muy cerca de nuestro festival primavera. Así que es un poco difícil para decir a tu familia, lo siento, tenemos que tener nuestro propio tiempo por un día, no podemos pasar con ustedes, pero claramente este año no necesitamos fundar tanto la familia, así que al menos podemos fundar por pareja.
Sí, al menos.
Yeah, like at least that is the pros that you don't need to really go back to your hometown.
I see. So thanks. And Alex, how about you? How are you gonna spend the Spring Festival holidays?
I guess kind of like sorry, it's a bit windy. Let me try and stand behind this building.
Mm-hmm.
I guess for me, it's going to be a bit of a watered down, regular one. Last year, kind of, we'd had one meal before everything hit the fan and it all shut down. So this year, most of the family meals have all been cancelled because they recommend no more than 10 people.
10 people gathering, yeah.
10 people gathering thing. So I think we've got one meal to go to maybe on Saturday, and then we've got a family meal which we'll have at our house, which is actually more convenient because you can still have all the benefits of the meal. Just don't need to go home because you're already home. I kind of miss it though, because I kind of like the Spring Festival. The Spring Festival, especially here in Wenzhou, just getting to hang out with all the family. There's lots of family you only see one time a year, usually at the Spring Festival. I just kind of like it. So yeah, I was kind of disappointed there wasn't going to be more meals because it's it's just an opportunity to see people and have fun drinking baijiu.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, and
you're a fan of baijiu as well.
The building looks pretty pretty great. That is like the arc. We also see the same that in Suzhou. It's pretty similar. It's like a
there,
yeah,
the arc behind, right?
Yeah, this one just up here is it's not like there's one in Suzhou is an actual government building. I think this is just houses. It's pretty nice looking, but yeah, it's just houses. The one in Suzhou, I think, is a government building. I think the barracks flew their drone around it and crashed it, right?
Is that houses?
It's not offices. No, those are houses.
It got a bit caught in the internet. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see James and Eiko doing something with the screen there.
Yeah, let's shift to maybe
Let's
to see
continue.
what's.
I'll continue on.
Sorry, James. James, you can restart. Yeah, you can start. We did not hear you beforehand. James.
Okay, so I think we're on. So we've kind of made our way down to the end of. So we've just seen the bell behind us. Lots of people are ringing that, isn't there? So did you get to the stories behind that?
Yeah, the story of the bell is from Jia Yuan, his wife. She insists to stay in the Danzishi area, and the bell is for their love stories. But she loves bell. I don't know if they know the story behind the bell, but it's for best wishes, I think, in the Spring Festival.
Yeah, for the kids, it's just fun to ring it all the time, isn't it? Yeah. This is actually the main entrance as well to Danzishi Old Street as well. So we've got this big archway here.
Actually, like we didn't recognize too much the Danzishi. I think we visited there when we were in Chongqing, but it looks like we are not going the same Danzishi.
I think we are. It should be. I think you are the other time at a coffee shop there, but it's like rather maybe another location.
Yeah, Nan'an, the street in Nan'an.
It's in Nan'an.
Yeah, to see the cross of the river.
Yeah, so now you see like in China, or in many places in China, of course, no matter Alex's place or Hao Yan's place or like in Chongqing, the Spring Festival atmosphere is like really everywhere. Some people may not able to go back to visit their families, but in this Spring Festival is about celebration, joyful, right, and also stay safe. Like in the cities and the like some strong epidemic control and prevention measures are taken. So I hope like people can really enjoy their holidays, stay in safe. Yeah, like that. Yeah, these are some general pictures about like how it look like now on the streets.
Wow, that looks cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like even when people are driving, even driving feels like nice, you know, like now it's a decoration red everywhere atmosphere. Okay, great. I think as also Eiko and James also already close to the exit. And how about Alex? Are you almost also walking around this street pretty much already?
I've walked around. I've walked all the way up to one end of it and back down. Now I'm just walking around in these little back streets because there's old streets. Like it's a super old area. They've put it like there's loads of these small little streets with people like these chicks behind me here, just hanging out with milk teas. There's all these kind of snacks and stuff, which is kind of nice. Yeah, it's kind of like it's usually a bit more hectic than this, I guess. You know, because it's cold and it's getting towards Spring Festival. It's a bit quieter, but yeah, usually this is kind of like these little streets here, a bit like that place we went to when we were in Chongqing. That's the fancy lit up place that's on the waterfront. The something cave, the one that everybody loves with the bright lights. I've forgotten the name of it now, but it's kind of like that sometimes here. Anybody hear me? Am I still in the show?
Great.
that was suddenly so quiet. I was like, "Am I disappeared?"
Yeah, and Xiao, can you show us actually we also have photo that before I passed it is the Gulou, the drum tower in Tianjin. The other day I passed here, it's supposed to be in the evening that full of the lights, but when I passed here it's just really dark, and then they even have a guard in the entrance. So I suppose this year Spring Festival there won't be too much the celebration here, or you just make it on live for people to watch from home.
Yeah, because Tianjin is really close to Beijing, so usually here they are really strict with this kind of regulations and the control of the pandemic. So I suppose, yeah, they will try to prevent that. Let me say that the short sentence in Spanish. Chicos, aquí algunos me están preguntando en el chat que por qué en el sur hay más actividades, pero en el norte no tanto. La verdad es que como en el norte han habido algunos rebrotes de coronavirus, eso ha hecho que, por supuesto, se cancelen varias actividades para prevenir que se expanda el virus. Y sobre todo porque Tianjin está muy cerca de Beijing, entonces siempre Tianjin intenta como seguir todas las regulaciones y como que hacerlo bien organizado y ordenadito y con precauciones. Entonces por eso aquí hay menos actividades, pero en el sur lo están pasando muy bien. Okay.
¿Cuándo empieza el Spring Festival? Creo que
11 de febrero.
Mañana pasada.
11 de febrero.
Sí, 11 de febrero. Sí.
Yeah, great. Thanks really today. Thanks for everybody's participation, and we got a lot of feedbacks from our audience. They have left their notes, and we show them on the screen. And thanks really everybody for joining us and enjoy the Spring Festival live stream with us all together. So let's wrap this up with our good wishes to our fans. Okay?
Yeah.
Hao Yang and Cassandra, you can start. Yeah.
Oui?
Yeah.
Thank you so much for inviting us, iChongqing.
Sí, y también para todos nuestros seguidores, vamos a publicar más contenido sobre Festival Primavera de China en nuestro canal de YouTube, Hao Cassandra. Y también si interesas sobre nuestro viaje de Chongqing, también tenemos un serie sobre nuestro viaje.
Sí, ya la próxima semana va a haber video nuevo de eso, y esta semana va a haber video hablando acerca de este Año Nuevo Chino 2021 tan peculiar.
Sí, la verdad es cancelada acá donde vivimos, pero al menos puede ver en el sur de China todo está muy normal y también muy mucho comercio. Sí.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And Alex, we will wrap it up this with some wishes or some words you want to say.
Oh, okay. I'm never one that's fantastic with speeches, but I'll just say I hope everybody is watching. My fans, your fans, everybody else's fans. Have a good Spring Festival. Hope the year doesn't start like the last one did. I'm sure it won't. I hope everybody has a good time. To my fans watching, go over, check out everybody else's channels that you can see here. I'll put the links in the description. And anybody new that's watching, if you fancy coming over and checking out my channel, the link should be somewhere on iChongqing channels or whatever channel you're watching on.
It's in our
really cool
hanging out.
Cool, yeah. It's been cool hanging out. It's probably the first time I've actually live streamed while walking around outside. So yeah, fun times. It's been fun. Happy New Year, everybody. Sang Ni Ka Lu.
Yeah, Happy New Year.
Thank you.
新年快乐.
And also James, Eiko.
We cannot see them in
the main screen.
Can you see it now in the main screen here?
Nope.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're unmuted now at the moment. So so we haven't really been able to follow. I mean, we've got a problem with the sound. We also, even though we don't know what we're seeing, I mean, at the moment we've kind of been to the top, haven't we? So Danzishi Old Street is separated over about 9 floors. Because like I said, it's kind of built onto a... And now we're kind of walking back down towards the riverside.
Yes.
Yeah. But like I said...
Some light decoration there.
So James and Eiko? James and Eiko? James?
Hey guys, can you hear?
Yeah,
we've got a so we can't really.
Sorry, I was like maybe James Echo's connection is not very good. It's not very good, but anyway, it's been a great evening and with guys, and I hope our audience really enjoyed the show together with us. And yeah, that's the Spring Festival atmosphere, like in north part and in south part of China, in Chongqing, in Tianjin, and in Wenzhou. And we hope like everybody really like you enjoyed the live stream show with us. And if you like it, just remember to subscribe to iChongqing channel, to Alex Absolute's YouTube channel, and to Hao Cassandra's YouTube channel. They all get very great content there. And both of them used to visit Chongqing. Through them, you can also know a lot about Chongqing from different angles. Yeah. So we'll wrap up this up, and thank you very much. And we hope everybody.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you, everybody. Muchas gracias a todos por ver el directo. 新年快乐，大家新年快乐。
Yeah, hope everyone have a good time.
春节快乐 Happy Spring
Xiao
Festival.
And Alex and James and Eiko.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next time all
Great.
in Chongqing together.
Yeah, I hope so. Let's meet someday. Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
let's do it.
Tianjin.
So
Tianjin, I've never been to Tianjin. So
Yes, you have
Yeah,
to
sure.
come
You're
there.
welcome all the time.
to
Yeah.
try it. Yeah, it's very north of China, and it's very
Hope you will
different.
And likewise,
more fun
if
here.
you want to come to
Next
Wenzhou.
time when you come here.
Yes. So
Nice.
thank you very much, and just hope everybody enjoy the Spring Festival. Enjoy the Spring Festival's joy to get like enjoy this atmosphere. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
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 Hasta luego.
Hasta luego.